only if needed where necessary. So viral infections do not respond to antibiotics, whether it is COVID or it is influenza or respiratory syncytial virus or any other respiratory virus. So majority of the infections we get are due to viruses, upper respiratory infections. It requires only symptomatic treatment. If you have fever or body ache, you can take paracetamol, you can do steam inhalations, you can do throat gargles, take some rest, take warm fluids, and generally one gets better in a few days. Antibiotics are only needed if there is a secondary bacterial infection or if it is a primary bacterial infection like a streptococcal throat infection. Now that you need to do a test. Actually, the blood count has to be done or a throat swab has to be done. And then only we can find out that it's a bacterial infection that requires antibiotics. So antibiotics must only be taken on the prescription of a doctor. Self-medication with antibiotics is very dangerous because firstly, it is useless, so it's a waste of money. Secondly, it creates resistance, which in the future, if you get a bad infection and you need antibiotics, then those antibiotics will not work because of, if the whole population keeps on abusing antibiotics, then the bacteria in the environment will slowly develop resistance to it. That is called antimicrobial resistance. That is why the government is also very particular that antibiotics should not be taken over the counter. They should not just be used without a real need for the antibiotic. And only a doctor will be able to prescribe, the right antibiotic for the right infection. We have to ensure that our antibiotics can be conserved for the future use. Otherwise, in 10, 15, 20 years, we will run out of drugs to treat our infections. So we have to be very cautious. I think during COVID, a large amount of overuse of antibiotics took place. And this resulted in, of course, side effects in some cases, but the bigger impact was on the antimicrobial resistance. It went up, resistance went up, and that's a bad thing for the world as a whole.